You are always the first one to give credit to others, and I know that you don't necessarily wear the mantle of the father of LCA as a badge, but all of us love to describe you that way, and no doubt that you served an incredibly important role in creating this whole field. Whenever I am introducing the idea of LCA to someone or just having a conversation about that in general, I always make a statement that I attribute to you. It's definitely something I've picked up from you over the course of, must be 25 years of us working together. LCA is an incredibly powerful tool, and it's one that sometimes is incredibly useful in order to really understand the right solution from a sustainability perspective. The life cycle thinking is always important, and perhaps that's one of the greatest gifts that our entire field has given to the world.
Well, Jim Fava has often been coined the father of LCA, and he's certainly been absolutely instrumental in first sort of bringing all the knowledge together and thereby codifying some of the knowledge that was out there.
From the very start, really emphasized not necessarily LCA as a tool, but life cycle thinking. It's really about this idea that we need to think about the impacts of our products and services and the things that we do every day from beginning to end. For me, not only through individual projects with companies, but also being exposed to the Lifecycle Roundtable and the Product Sustainability Roundtable. Those were both just such fantastic experiences for me.
Jim helped put us in the more quantifying role of using LCA to measure and report the savings in raw materials all the way back to ground. I worked with 5 Winds and with Jim the next 10 years, and we've remained fast friends since.
Our work with you has been focused on applying life cycle thinking, applying life cycle information. You have helped to found an entire organization that is focused on the application of life cycle information for better decision making. But I'm super excited about the fact that we are able to continue that spirit forward and to help support FSLCI in its endeavors and all of the other organizations that have similar goals. And I think that's something that you should take as a further kind of testament to your career, is that we'll be continuing this forward in a number of different ways. But specifically through FSLCI is one that I'm really excited about.
You know, sustainability, it is a movement of people, and Jim is truly a connector. You know, I learned from him when I first started with 5 Winds that first and foremost, it's about the relationship that you have with a client.
So he's always looking for building bridges and connecting people, which is also one of the reasons why we created the FSLCI in the first place.
And so he was always helping us find connections, helping us bring people together who have common interests or shared objectives, and finding ways for them to work together to achieve those objectives.
His passion and ability to create communities, to bring people together, to connect individuals with problems, to drive personal improvement with everybody that he touches, as well as to bring so much joy to every situation, has been absolutely infectious.
You know, when I have challenges that come to me, the first thing I think is, oh, I need to call my colleague at X company. You know, and some of those connections I made through LCRT and PSRT I still have today.
And so that's, I think, one of the role where Jim has been absolutely instrumental in bringing people together and helping them connect the dots, but also connect with other people.
Jim has really been an amazing influence on my life and on my career. He has taught me about life cycle assessment. He has been a coach and a mentor, and he has changed a lot of the world for good. Because of his work, the use of life cycle assessment and other environmental tools are improving products and making the world a better place overall.
I would say that Jim is the person who is usually of good humor and diplomatic, and I always smile if I'm on video conferences lately with him. I appreciate working with Jim, his determination, dedication, and long-term vision.
It'd be hard for me to think through all of the lessons I've learned from you, Jim. In general, we've just had tremendously good people around us. And I think a big piece of that is from your approach towards the world, your kind of people first sort of a perspective.
Some things that he has left with me that I will carry on in my work are family first. He always emphasized that while we're all passionate about this and we're all dedicated to making change, our family comes first and our own health comes first. And taking care of ourselves and each other is something that he brought to the workplace, which I really appreciated, and I bring that to all of my interactions with my coworkers.
Family first. Jim always did an amazing job of keeping really clear perspective on what was most important, as well as implementing this rule without hesitation or question, no matter what.
His spirit of people first and taking an actual interest in how you're doing and what's happening in your life. I think that's one of the qualities of Jim, that he's always looking out for you as a person.
He always listened. If I had a problem, he always, had a cool head about him and really sought solutions that worked across groups of people.
I would say that key lessons I learned from working with Jim is that you have to have long-term goals and then go for them with determination, but also some flexibility.
Working with Jim has been an exclusive, multi-decade masterclass in consulting and life. As a colleague, Jim has taught me more about the finer points of being a world-class sustainability consultant than any other person or experience.
Jim, so many people love you and have been touched deeply by your role in their lives, their careers.
Well, obviously, I wish Jim the absolute best for his retirement. It's, of course, a question whether he's actually going to be able to retire, given that he's been retiring in training for quite some time.
Jim, thank you so much for who you are, how you approach the world, and for the time, kindness, and guidance that you've provided to me and so many others.
Jim, to say it was an incredible honor to collaborate with you all these years is an enormous understatement. I want to take this opportunity to reflect, to recognize, and celebrate your incredible career, but even more importantly, to acknowledge with gratitude you as an amazing human and friend. I wish you delight and success as you transition to this new chapter.
So congratulations, Jim. Thank you for all that you've done, for so many lives that you've touched, and for making the world much better.
I wish Jim a lot of health and happiness for his retirement and many years of joint life with his wife Jane in Costa Rica, and that he may, become 100 years like his father.
So best of luck to you, Jim. If you're really retiring, go and enjoy yourself. We'll be down to Costa Rica to visit, keep our beds available, and keep our rooms neat.
Thanks, Jim.